Jane Richardson, more commonly known as Jane the Killer, is the protagonist, anti-hero of the creepypasta story, Born of Science, Jane the Killer, and other stories such as Jane's Letter. Originally, she was a serial killer who killed people to spare them from being victims of Jeff the Killer. As of now, she has been revised to be a more heroic character and has dedicated herself to hunt down and murder the famous informal serial killer, Jeff the Killer, for murdering her parents. Origin: Jane Richardson started off as your typical girl, the talk of the towns who's got it all, a lovely girlfriend, a job she enjoys, excellent friends, an amazing family, and a promising future. But in 2006, her world came crashing down when both of her parents, Paula and Bruce Richardson, were brutally murdered by the wanted murderer, Jeff the Killer, leaving Jane to have to work more and earn extra money to support herself and to support her sister. Flash 40 years later, the government chose Jane after 25 failed attempts. The test subjects died, to hopefully be the one person to survive an injection of liquid hate. Liquid hate is a very risky chemical formula that could, hopefully, power up a human's senses and overall abilities so the number of serial killers could be slowed down. Subjects would experience violent episodes and homicidal tendencies for the first minute and 30 seconds, but would act and appear normal once the episodes ceased. Jane, needing extra money to support herself and her sister, and believing that she was merely donating blood, agreed. Jane proved to be the first person to survive the injection, which caused her peach skin color to become pale white and her hair to become black, along with her eyes. Now, Jane has decided to use her newfound abilities to dedicate herself to capturing and taking the life of the man who ruined hers, Jeff the Killer. Appearance: before being injected with liquid hate, Jane appeared to have blonde hair and ocean blue eyes, along with fair, peachy skin. After her transformation, as a side effect of the liquid hate injection, Jane's skin turned ivory white, and her previously blonde hair and blue eyes turned coal black, retinas and all. Despite this, she still has perfect 20/20 vision. She's mostly depicted wearing a black dress and high heels, and sometimes black stockings. Other illustrations of Jane sometimes depict her wearing black jeans, black hoodie and undershirt, and black sneakers. Personality: Jane was once a kind-hearted, spirited young woman who wanted nothing more than to make her family happy. After her transformation, she still manages to contain her caring and happy nature, but when angered, she's more wrathful, ruthless, and violent. However, this is only towards criminals, rapists, and serial killers, who, contrary to popular belief, are her actual targets, as unlike Jeff, she doesn't murder innocent people. Powers and abilities: due to the effects of liquid hate, Jane gained supernatural abilities from the substance, such as increased strength, speed, stamina, healing, agility, and stealth. Other results include increased alcohol, drug, and tobacco tolerance, increased metabolism, running faster than a track athlete on steroids, accelerated healing, limb regeneration, vocal mimicry, and shape-shifting. Jane is also a highly charismatic and intelligent woman, often seen seducing criminals into getting information before killing them. Facts: Jane Richardson was created by fear of the Black Wolf. Contrary to popular belief, Jane Arkansas, the story about a teenage girl who got burned and attended the same school as Jeff, is not the original Jane the Killer or the canon version. Jane Richardson, created by DeviantArt user Fear of the Black Wolf, is the true Jane the Killer. Jane Arkansas is an alternate interpretation of the character, despite being more widespread and known. Jane Richardson predated this version chronologically. Jane's a lesbian married to a woman named Mary Vaughn. It is literally impossible for her to have a romantic attraction to Jeff, which she wouldn't have anyway, because he's a serial killer who murdered her parents and ruined her life. She's originally from Orange County, California. Her current location is Van Nuys, Los Angeles, USA. Jane also has citizenship for other countries including France, Britain, Ireland, Iceland, Switzerland, Chile, and Tuvalu. Her birthday is on September 1st, 1985. At the time of the story, Jeff the Killer was on the FBI's most wanted list when he killed Jane's parents. The LAPD attempted to track him down to no avail, so they turned to the FBI for help, who requested the assistance of the CIA. The CIA sought for the creation of Liquid Hate alongside the Department of Justice. The CIA's goals were to create a perfect task force of anti-killers. Liquid Hate was funded by the American Science Association. The funding totaled out to be $6.9 million. After becoming Jane the Killer, Jane became an assassin working for the government. Not only is she actively trying to hunt down and kill Jeff the Killer, she also eradicates any other criminal who needs to be removed from society. As a professional assassin, Jane Richardson's total net worth is $222 million. Jane has a younger sister named Jessie Richardson. Jane also has several other living relatives. Jane is not a threat. While she may have experienced homicidal urges during the first 90 seconds of her transformation, she eventually calmed down and is currently a snarky, ruthless, yet kind-hearted person who is willing to rid the world of evil. However, due to her abilities, she can be violent and wrathful if irritated. Jane is one of the few creepypasta villains who isn't a murderous psychopath or a demonic creature, since her only real goal is to kill Jeff.